Hello, I'm Ronnie Eldridge. Welcome to Eldridge and Company. I'm pleased that once again my friend Jerry Goldfeder is joining me. He's one of the country's leading experts on election and campaign finance law, just the topics I'd like to talk about today. Welcome, Jerry.
Good to be here, Ronnie.
Good. Also, recently, the New York Law Journal gave you a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes, they did. I'm very happy.
That was very good, impressive, right?
Pretty humbling.
Yeah. You're a litigator, and you do work still. You have a practice, and you represent elected officials from national to local. But you also teach at the University of Pennsylvania Law School and Fordham. And you don't want me to say that you were elected for the second time as the most popular adjunct professor at Fordham?
Well, now you've said it.
And of course, you've written that great Goldfeder's Modern Election Law.
I'm going to quiz you on it.
I have never read it.
Oh, my God.
How many pages is it? It's the 5th edition.
Yeah.
Is it very interesting?
I think it's fascinating. I've written it with lay people in mind.
Yeah.
So that
So
you don't have to be a lawyer
Okay.
to really follow it.
But how many pages does it have?
You could read every other page.
Okay. All right. So let's start talking about what's happening in election law and campaign finance and stuff, right? We'll start with the state, because I think the last time you were here, it was right when the new state legislature met with all the new members, right?
So in the election we just held, we have finally had early voting. The 39th state. I don't want to say we got into this kicking and screaming, but we finally reformed our process so that people didn't have to vote just on election day. And I think it went very smoothly.
Oh, good. In other states, do you have to go to a polling place, or do they mail you a ballot?
Well, there are some states where they have only mail-in ballots. But most states where there's early voting, you go to a polling place. Okay. So what we had here in New York, people didn't go to their regular polling place. They set up fewer, but still sufficient numbers of polling places just for early voting.
I just thought maybe better to send everybody a ballot.
Well, we could do that, but that's not on the table in Albany.
You have to pay all those boards.
That's true. That's true. It's an expense, but democracy is costly, and it's important to allow people to vote as easily as possible.
Right. And what other changes did we make? Any others?
We didn't make any great changes, except here in the city of New York. You know, we don't have initiative and referendum in New York State. Half the states of the country have it, so people can petition to get a measure on the ballot and change the law without having to wait for the legislature.
Or a constitutional convention.
Right. Yeah. But here in New York, we do have the opportunity to change our city charters. So what we just did was we changed our city charter so that we now have, only for municipal elections, mayor, public advocate, controller, borough president, city council, only for those offices, we now have ranked choice voting, which means that you go into the voting booth and you vote for Ronnie Eldridge, number 1, Jerry Goldfeder, number 2, Chaim Yankel, number 3. And if nobody gets a majority.
So I vote my choices.
You vote your choices. You vote up to 5 choices. You don't have to vote for 5, but you can vote for up to 5.
And you could bullet ballot.
You could bullet ballot.
But there's no advantage to that.
There is no advantage to bullet ballot. So the way it's designed is that you vote for 5 people so that the winner has a greater support. And actually, it's going to change the way candidates campaign. Because they can't just campaign to their base. They have to be nice to everybody and listen to everyone, because if you don't want to vote for me number 1, vote for me number 2.
That's similar to caucuses, isn't it?
Well, it is similar to caucuses. I mean, that's true.
If you don't qualify, you drop out and the caucus disappears.
It's exactly, that's true. It's very similar to what we're going to see in the Iowa caucuses.
Right, yeah.
So for example, in the Iowa caucuses, if people are supportive of Cory Booker, for example, in a particular polling site, and Cory Booker doesn't get a threshold, you need 15%. So let's say he gets 12% in that particular part of Iowa. So he's eliminated, and all those people who were in Cory Booker's corner of that polling place, they go to a different candidate.
And they scatter wherever
And they
want to
scatter.
go.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
That's what happens here. If your first choice gets the smallest amount of votes, then everybody goes to
the second choice. Those ballots go to the second choice.
How do you count that? It's complicated.
That's true. It's going to be challenging to see what kind of computer programs are set up in order to count it. But as a last resort, we'll count them by hand.
That's some last resort. You recently had a client where, is it a client?
Yes.
That you count, that had a recount.
That's right. I represented Tiffany Caban. She was a candidate for Queens District Attorney in the Democratic Party primary. And she and Melinda Katz, the ultimate winner, were very close, had very close margin between the two of them. And in New York City, if the margin is less than 0.5%, then you have to manually recount all, or I should say manually count all the votes. So in this case, there were about 95,000 votes. And we literally looked at every ballot to see who people voted for it. Now, overwhelmingly, most of the ballots were pretty clear. They voted for Melinda, or they voted for Tiffany, or another candidate running for borough president. But on some ballots, it wasn't so clear. And so judgments had to be made by the Board of Elections and ultimately by the court, because we went to court. And some ballots, even though it was clear who they voted for, they had extraneous squiggles or little markings on the ballot. And the law has been interpreted by the Board of Elections and the courts that if there are extra little squiggles on these ballots, even though it may be clear who they voted for, the ballot doesn't count. So after going through 95,000 ballots, one at a time, Melinda Katz beat Tiffany Caban by 55 votes. It was quite an interesting, eye-opening experience.
If you challenge the marking, but that's a law, is it a law or a decision of the Board of Elections? Did you take it to the court?
Yes, we did take it to the courts, and the court, the judge looked at every one of those ballots that both sides raised, that those squiggles shouldn't disqualify a candidate, or those squiggles should disqualify the ballot, and the judge made rulings.
It's like the Chads in Florida.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So what we really need is an overhaul of the election law in New York, instead of this just a few little changes around the edges. And
such an antiquated system,
it
even
is,
though there's a thing that you feed into the.
That's right.
Crazy.
It's as if we're doing. It's as if it's the 18th century.
Yeah.
And it's not right. I mean, in this case, in the district attorney race in Queens, you had hundreds of ballots that were not counted because either people didn't fill in their applications quite perfectly, or they went to the wrong polling site, even though every polling site had the same exact ballot and it didn't matter, or there were squiggles on these ballots. So I think ultimately Melinda Katz won fair and square. And if all those ballots had been counted, I think the result, our analysis was that the result would have been the same. But I think it's very unfair that some people who went to the polling place and voted, and they followed the instructions of the Board of Elections, and they filled out their ballots, their vote should be counted.
Yeah.
New York.
No. Do you, in some states, do you have, or in some regions, do you have to live in the district where you go to vote?
Yes.
Is that just because it's easier than to have the list of voters to be sure they're enrolled?
Right. In New York, you have to vote in a particular polling place. That's why if you go to the wrong polling place, it won't count. But now think about that. Think about when we had Superstorm Sandy.
Right.
And any number of polling places were either destroyed or made it very difficult to be used. The Governor Cuomo, issued an executive order that people in the counties affected by Superstorm Sandy could vote anywhere they wanted. And now we have, with early voting, people went to polling places
They're different.
that are different than their usual ones. So, and they signed in by using an iPad. They were looked up by the Board of Elections in the computer, because we now have a statewide database. So if we did it during Superstorm Sandy, and if we did it through early voting, why is it that people can't go to any polling place they want? Because the Board of Elections has the capacity to print out the right ballot for you.
That's a fallback, don't you think, to when the organizations, the party organizations, were very strong, and the jobs of inspectors were basically patronage jobs, and the captains were really, they were trying to be really in control. Don't you think that's kind of how it started?
It's exactly right. It used to be the organizations, they would monitor
right,
who was voting. And if you hadn't voted and you were supposed to vote, they'd call you up, they'd get you in there to vote.
I used to do that. But
I could see you whipping votes to
I sat
people
on a ballot. But they also appointed the inspectors.
Well, that still occurs. The organizations are not very strong any longer.
Yeah. So what's happening nationally? You know what I'm interested in? The campaign finance. In the national campaigns, the presidential campaigns, there's so much now about whether I'm using PAC, I'm going to have a PAC, or what I'm doing, or I'm only taking small It's so interesting. So does that lead you to believe that we really will have some more national finance campaign regulations?
No.
Laws? No.
No. It's the Wild West. It's true that you can only give now $2,800 for a primary, for a presidential candidate, for a House, a Senate candidate, for a federal candidate. But you could give unlimited amounts of money to the political parties, to a super PAC that supports your candidate. A super PAC can't coordinate with that candidate, but essentially urges voters to support that candidate or to vote against a different candidate. So you might be only, and this is a lot of money anyway, to give $2,800. Let's say you support Pete Buttigieg, for example. You can give him $2,800, but you could give $100,000 to a super PAC supporting him. He doesn't have a super PAC, and you don't have $100,000 to give him.
You can't give it to the party because they're not supporting him right now.
Right now, they're not.
Right. Now, that's the difference with Trump.
That's right. Well, that's always true with the incumbent.
Yeah.
I mean, the same was true with President Obama.
Yeah.
The party, of course, when he was running for re-election, was his party.
Even in the primary. He didn't have a primary.
That's correct.
Yeah. We talk about voter access. So we really haven't improved that in New York, we've just saying. But there are lots of places where it may be improved, but there are also places where it's increasingly being hindered, right?
There are any number of states that have made their laws much more restrictive. The Voting Rights Act used to really protect voters, but a part of that was struck down by the Supreme Court of the United States a number of years ago. And so states have a lot more ability to enact restrictive voting laws as long as they're not intentionally racially discriminatory. And those laws have been in the courts, and some of them have been struck down, and some of them have been sustained. But, and let's be frank about it, the Republicans in those state legislatures have used the laws and continue to try to use the laws in order to deflate voting, to depress voting, because in certain communities, those folks are not going to vote for Republicans, they're going to vote for Democrats. So they make it difficult.
Driver's license, but you might not have a car, right?
Right.
They're moving polling places from university.
Right, they're making it very difficult. There are some states that are making it very difficult for students to vote, even though they're entitled to vote. So it's a difficult situation we face, because in this last decade, Republicans who are really against voting access have taken over state legislatures and governorships and have acted in their own self-interest to enact laws that restrict voting.
Maybe it'll change. Who knows?
Well, I just heard a report last week that says Republicans are very worried that they are going to lose the House, lose the Senate, and lose the presidency. I think that's because of what's going on in Washington.
Right.
And impeachment is imminent, and this will be the first time we will impeach a president who's running for re-election.
Are you old enough to remember the Nixon?
Yes, I am. We were all riveted to TV,
right?
Watching it.
Yeah. That's what the only down part about the impeachment is, that we won't be able to do anything else. You know, I remember the Army McCarthy hearings are the same way. Anyway, what about impeachment?
Well, it's going to happen. Articles of impeachment are going to be voted upon, and then by the Judiciary Committee, Chairman Nadler, and the House of Representatives are going to pass articles of impeachment. It's not clear at this point how many articles of impeachment and what subject matters will be addressed, but there will be articles of impeachment passed, and then it'll go to the Senate. And we'll see what the Senate, controlled by the Republicans, whether they act on it quickly, whether they drag it out, whether there's sufficient information out there that Republicans realize they really need to get rid of this president, because otherwise the entire party is going to suffer. If you remember, as I'm sure you do, in the Nixon impeachment, it wasn't a bipartisan affair in the beginning.
No.
It was a Democratic affair with a few Republicans supporting impeachment. But by the time all the evidence came out, the Judiciary Committee, when they voted, it was bipartisan because they realized that he really did abuse his powers. He misused the CIA, the FBI, he obstructed justice, and it was clear as a result of the evidence that was actually brought out.
The Republican senators went to him, right?
And as a matter of fact, that's exactly what happened. After the Judiciary Committee voted the articles of impeachment, Senator Barry Goldwater and the guy from Pennsylvania, Hugh Scott, and Baker, they went to the White House and said, look, the House of Representatives are going to vote articles of impeachment, and the Senate is going to convict you. Well, that was persuasive, and then he resigned. And they came to that conclusion because of the evidence that came out. So even though at this point it looks as if really only Democrats are in favor of impeachment and removal, that might change. It might not, but it might change based upon the evidence that comes out in what we will now have as public hearings.
It's also interesting in the states that were Republican that elected Democratic members of Congress this year, that if you're a senator from one of those states and you supported Trump, the chances are you're going to have a big contest against him.
Yes.
And that might be their saving grace, is that they come out against Trump.
That's really what might happen. In their own self-preservation, a number of these Republican senators might go to Mitch McConnell and say, look, we can't afford to lose the Senate. I can't afford to lose my seat. We need to get rid of this guy, put in Pence, and we'll stand a much better chance.
The problem is he's never going to resign because he's under indictment that isn't covered.
He's not under indictment. The president's not.
New York State?
He's not under indictment.
Oh, I see.
They're doing it in New York State. Cyrus Vance, the district attorney, is doing an investigation, but he's not under indictment in New York at this point.
Right.
He can be indicted by the states or the feds
even
after he leaves office.
No, it doesn't make any difference. Right.
Unless, of course, then President Pence pardons him.
The way Ford did.
The way Ford did that for Nixon.
But it wouldn't cover state.
That's right. He would argue, his lawyers would argue, that it should cover state indictments, state crimes, but I think that he would be on the losing side of that legal argument.
It's interesting.
That's why he's holding on. He recognizes that not only is he in, we're talking about the president, not only is he in political jeopardy, he's in jeopardy to be indicted and convicted in a court of law after he's out of office, whether he loses the election or he is removed from office, both on the federal side and on the state side.
I don't know if you've read, because a lot of local outside newspapers or magazines or websites, about Jimmy's book, Jimmy Breslin, about how the good guys finally won. But there are people who say that is the finest book about the impeachment. And it's basically about how Tip O'Neill went about cajoling and getting every people in the House to agree to even the impeachment. And then he appointed Rodino, and a lot of people said he can't do it. He doesn't know anything. And then Rodino surprised everybody.
Rodino did a great job
right.
As chair of the Judiciary Committee.
Incidentally.
Well, you know what? I would love to read Jimmy's book. I wasn't aware of it. I'm not going to say you have to read my book before I'll read Jimmy's book. I will read Jimmy's book.
His book is shorter. But it really is.
No, thanks for that tip.
Okay.
I will do that.
All right.
And we should give it to Jerry Nadler as the chair of the Judiciary Committee so he can get some pointers as to what then Chairman Rodino went through.
Right.
You know, this is not an easy process, nor is it a fun process. This is, let's be serious about this. This is an anomalous situation. This is very serious. Impeaching the President of the United States, whatever we might think of him, impeaching the President of the United States is a very serious thing. And Jerry Nadler has comported himself in a very serious way, appropriately so. Chairman Rodino wrote a book after he left office, and he talked about the vote of the Judiciary Committee when they voted articles of impeachment. And he wrote in his book that he went home and he cried because of the gravity of what just occurred.
And the historic nature of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is going to always be written about and talked about.
Right.
It's quite incredible.
And now we will have lived through 3 impeachments.
And there was only, what, one before?
There was only one before, Andrew Johnson in the 1880s,
It's a comment.
1860s.
What is it a comment on? The complexity of the world. I don't know.
I don't know the answer to
expansion
that.
of the parties.
I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't as wide then, nor I don't know if it's partisan or not. So what else do you want to talk about?
So what do you see on the political horizon? What about the presidential election?
I think.
What do you think?
What rankles me is when people say, I like so-and-so, but I don't believe they can win. Because that's not our responsibility. I really believe that. I think you support a candidate because you really want to. We can't decide who's going to win, although I think anybody running against Trump is going to win.
Well, I think it is our responsibility. We want someone.
Decide?
We want someone who
How
we
do
think.
we decide that?
Well, see, that's the problem. We want someone who's going to win, whether it's against Trump or Pence or whoever it might be. But we can't decide that in advance.
No.
Here it is. It's October.
Right.
It's a full year before. It's the beginning of November, and it's a year before the election. Who knows what's going to happen?
I don't like the process. I had always thought that Inslee would be a very good candidate. He's middle America looking. He's non-threatening in his thing. He's very progressive, although I hate to use that term. And of course, he's got the environment. And he's terrific, but he doesn't have that, I don't know what. So you have 2 debates, and he quits. The day he quit, or day after, the New York Times had almost a full page about him.
Yeah.
But up until then, he had nothing. And the coverage, so it's already stacked.
It's
It
true.
really is.
It's true.
Already stacked. And it's so hard to break into that. And especially now with all the cable, and we've got news coming so many times. But there's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with the debates because those questions, we dwell on that Medicare for all. I mean, please, let's not.
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV as I do?
I can't stand
It's
it.
hard.
No.
It's hard to bear.
Right. And that's how we're deciding on candidates.
And what's
'Cause
worse,
we're not lucky enough to see them.
what's worse is that during these debates, they'll go to the same few candidates over and
Absolutely.
over again. You take a guy like Cory Booker or a senator like Amy Klobuchar, very substantial
Right.
people, and they're
the end
they're
of the debate,
they're
yeah.
at the end of the aisle or wherever they're, and they don't get a chance to weigh in.
Right.
These
We're at
people
the
are
end of our
substantial
half hour.
people.
We need more time.
I'll come back.
Okay, as the primaries go on, you have to come back. Thank you.
You're welcome. Always good to see you.
And let's watch it carefully.
Okay.
And it's still exciting,
It's very exciting and it's really important.
right? Okay, thank you, Jerry Goldfeder.
You're welcome.